somebody. I may be poor, but I am somebody.
Welcome to the Saturday Morning Community Forum. Today, it is with a degree of sadness and at the same time a joy that we celebrate the lives of three people who had an impact on our organization and an impact on even the nation. One of our founding board members, Mrs. Chappell, first African-American female to own a bank in Philadelphia. She was on our board, founding board member of Operation Push and later on the board of Rainbow Push. She was very active in both of Reverend Jackson's presidential campaigns. Just a powerful businesswoman, a model for so many young women across the nation. Emma Chappell will be missed greatly. Her impact is already being felt in the financial services industry. Second person is Bill Campbell. He's an award-winning journalist, was on WLS Channel 7 in Chicago, was a host of community affairs program, a community person, just a great journalist, a powerful person to expose the highlights of positive things that were happening in Chicago, in and around Black Chicago. And then the third person is an athlete, Elgin Baylor, basketball player, Hall of Famer, demonstrated excellence at every level of the game, on and off the field. We salute each one of these impact educators, as Reverend Jackson would call them. They had such an impact on our life, our organization, and on the broader community. We thank God that their paths crossed ours. Today we have a power-packed program for you. We have several actions that we're engaged in. The most recent is this Asian American hate crime. You saw it play out in Georgia, and we're going to give you some updates on that. Reverend Jackson met with a Korean church this past Sunday. We can see as we watch the trials that will come forward, we want to see how the first hate crime in the state of Georgia will impact the perpetrator of this heinous crime against some Asian American individuals in the state of Georgia. Secondly, we want to bring you an update on our work with Concordia Place Apartments. It's a HUD subsidized housing development where people pay for rent based on the income that they can afford. And because people are living on the margins, we've noticed that the property has been poorly maintained over the years. It is infested with rodents and roaches. There's mold throughout the complex. And our team's out there each and every week making sure that the HUD inspections are ongoing, that the mold abatement is in progress, that the rodent and roach infestation is being addressed. We want everybody to have clean, environmentally safe places to live. We want children to have an opportunity to play on playgrounds near their homes. We want children who attend schools to have the appropriate after-school supports that they need. And so that's happening. Coming up after this weekend is Wall Street. We are looking at 100 years since Black Wall Street in Tulsa, Oklahoma. You want to register for this year's Wall Street. It's going to be powerful, it's going to be impactful, it's going to be life-changing as you participate, and it's virtual, so there's no reason for you not to go. You don't have to pay for a ticket, you don't have to go anywhere, all you have to do is register. Please join us for this year's Wall Street Project.
I have 2 children. I woke up in my bed and there was a mice in my bed. So me and my 3 kids been sleeping in my kid bunk bed. so that we can avoid my mice. So I can let y'all walk in my apartment right now, and I keep it clean. My dishes is washed, and it's mice turds in my dish rack. Who want to go in their kitchen and look at mice turds in their dish rack?
Fighting for you is what we do. The Rainbow Push Coalition have made a commitment to make a change, along with HUD representatives and Capital Realty representatives, to the tenants at Concordia Place Apartments. We have made good on that commitment. During a weekend session, we made a commitment to negotiate change, and we have moved swiftly for immediate resolutions.
As many of you all know, this pandemic has exacerbated all levels of unemployment, uninsured, those who don't have access to capital and have access to medicine and appropriate health care. So our work here at Concordia is very significant to raising quality of life and restoring the dignity of people.
Tenants were given the great news during the Saturday meeting that thus far, the laundromat is now open on weekends. There is no longer only one way in and one way out of the apartment complex. Previously, a child died due to non-access to the complex. If cars were towed during the snowstorm, everyone will have their $220 refunded. Because of the list of demands, there will be a mandatory inspection of the 297 units at Concordia Place. Each tenant will be given 48 hours notice before the inspection begins. Rent calculations will be reevaluated. Playground will be open. Basketball nets will be restored so the courts can reopen. Grills can be used.
I appreciate you all for coming out to support us in this fight that we've been having at Concordia Place Apartments to get livable conditions. And we thank you for your continuous fight and continuous help. We really appreciate it because we have hope now. Because at first we didn't have any hope, but now we do have hope, and we thank you so very much.
Capital Realty had agreed to address the concerns and make things happen immediately for the tenants. In honor of Women's History Month, Concordia Place tenants were given free diapers provided by the Rainbow Push Coalition and the RPC Women's Auxiliary.
What you not gonna do this time around is play with us. How much you wanna bet? You can think we poor, stupid, dumb, whatever you wanna think, but you all are not gonna play with us this time. No, they're not. We want someone from Rainbow Push to go around through this whole process. And the basic. The whole process, not part of it, the extermination, all of it. Yes. We want somebody from Rainbow Push to be a part of this process. Yes. And that's the bottom line.
Rainbow Push Coalition met with the owners of Capital Realty. They were met with many concerns by the tenants as a process for inspections was to begin. Was 48-hour notice provided before inspections began?
I received a call from a resident in Building 3 that says that reported to me that she believed that someone had in fact been in her apartment, her unit.
They giving these men our keys. We don't even know these men walking around spraying and stuff. They got our keys to our house, and they coming in with our keys.
She said she was not given a 48-hour notice. Furthermore, she had not given anyone permission to be in her unit, because that is a growing theme that even this morning was reported to us. The staff was going around with keys to apartments, and we've not given the tenants the 48-hour due notice that they're entitled to.
Now that is wrong. That's against the law. We don't even know these men. Half of these people's at work, and half of these people at work, they coming in our house. We don't even know them.
Tenants did not believe that Capital Realty made good on their promises, demonstrating that it was more of the same non-responsiveness and lack of empathy.
You guys are owners. You have the right to run your business where you want to run your business, but you don't have the right to run these people in the ground.
They shouldn't pay rent for rats.
That's right. We should pay rent for
Rent's right.
The sole thing that we're trying to do is just turn these living conditions to adequate living conditions. No one should have to live with the vermin. No one should have to live with mold or anything that hazards your health of yourself and your family, your children. Many of these are single mothers with small children.
What we supposed to do? It's not right. It's not right. It's not fair. It's like you said, you don't go
them about the maintenance men
Walking
coming
in my house while I'm naked, and I have them on camera saying that the management said that they can. I had no notice, no letter, because I'm always prepared when they're ready to come in. I'm always at home, and somebody always in my house, and I have 4 girls and 1 boy.
You're the problem. I think HUD needs to convene the next meeting, because if they don't mean HUD sign, it may mean nothing. That's how HUD is in the equation, right? So it's just blowing off does not help us at all.
In closing, to what the Reverend was referring now, we will do what it takes, whatever HUD wants us to do. The plan was to do the inspections, not do any remediation. Before we do remediation, have HUD decide, and as the Push Coalition decide the right way of the remediation. The plan is just to do the inspections, besides for the today's exterminating and the mold, which is obviously 2 crucial things.
The Rainbow Push Coalition and the tenants will work together to ensure that real change is going to come. Reverend Jackson is now calling on a rent strike being organized until repairs are made to remove mold, rodent infestations, and replacement of new appliances.
We're grateful to all of our partners. We're grateful to our team. And we're just going to continue this fight all the way to the end. That's what we've promised the residents of Concordia Place, and that's exactly what we're going to do.
If you're living in one of these locations, no matter where you are around the country, you see the address at the bottom of the screen, www.rainbowpush.org. Or you can reach us here at our national headquarters, 773 Freedom on your dial, 773 Freedom on your dial. Or you can go to our Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter feeds on your social and get connected, get involved, and get engaged. The fight is on. We win when we fight, and if we don't fight, we don't win. Let's fight.
Will there be more of the same? Not on our watch. Stay tuned.
I'm Todd Yeary, Chief Administrative Officer of the Rainbow Push Coalition. On behalf of Reverend Jesse Lewis Jackson Sr., I invite you to join us for the 24th Annual Wall Street Project Virtual Economic Summit on March 30th and 31st. Our theme is the Wall Street Dilemma, 100 years after Tulsa. This year marks the 100-year remembrance of the Tulsa Massacre in the area known as Black Wall Street, as we convene to honor the memories of those who lost their lives and remember the significant economic impact of the African-American entrepreneurial spirit. We will convene to discuss the historical significance of Black Wall Street, the current economic challenges facing Black America after COVID-19, and examine what the future holds for all of us as we recover from the pandemic. There will also be a special CEO panel discussion about corporate leadership in America today. You don't want to miss this year's summit. For more information, visit rainbowpush.org, and always remember to keep hope alive.
Jackson is joining efforts to stop violence against Asian Americans.
We must learn to live together.
우리 모든 자들은 어떻게 함께 살아야지를 배워야 될 줄 믿습니다.
As brothers and sisters,
형제 자매로서,
and not die apart as fools.
서로 싸우면서 헐뜯는 그러한 선생이 아니라,
use this moment of pain,
우리가 당하는 그런 아픔을 통해서,
to organize coalitions.
우리가 조직적으로 힘을 함께 해야 될 줄 믿습니다.
When we come together,
우리가 함께 한다면
we win.
우리는 이길 수 있습니다.
My grandmother used to make the quilt.
우리가 함께 하길 원합니다.
Many patches and many pieces. A patch and piece.
우리가 여러 가지 깨진 그런 것을 다 뭉쳐서 평화를 일할 수가 있습니다.
Some was rayon.
어떤 사람들은 이런 어림이 있고,
Some patches was nylon.
어떤 사람들은 저런 모습이고,
Some was cotton.
어떤 사람은 이렇게 하지만,
all beautiful.
우리 모든 자들은 다 아름다운 사람들인 것입니다.
The need was big enough to cover.
그래서 우리가 함께 모인다면 모든 것을 다 함께 할 수 있는 그런 힘이 있습니다.
Human body.
우리의 모든 인간들은
We connect the patches and pieces together.
우리 모두가 이렇게 다 함께 조각적으로 모아진다라면
We make the quilt.
우리들은 큰 것을 감당할 수 있습니다.
A thing of beauty.
그게 아름다움인 줄 믿습니다.
A thing of art.
그게 바로 예술인 것입니다.
We must come together.
우리가 함께하기를 원합니다.
A rainbow coalition.
그래서 그 레인보우가 함께한 일이 그런 일인 줄 믿습니다.
Many races.
모든 인종차별을 척배시키고
Many faces.
우리 여러 가지 믿음을 종교가 함께하면서
From many places.
여러 지역별로 다 함께하는
Where we are one.
우리는 하나입니다.
One humanity.
한 민족이며
All children of God.
우리 모든 자는 하나님의 자녀들입니다.
We will not give up that American dream.
그래서 우리가 아메리칸 드림을 포기하지를 않기를 바랍니다.
We work too hard for it.
우리가 열심히 이 일을 감당하기 위해서 함께 싸워야 합니다.
Asians came to California.
우리 에이시안들이 캘리포니아 쪽으로 먼저 이민을 시작을 하셨죠.
Build a railroad from west to east.
서방 쪽에 기찻길을 놓았고요.
Left the railroad from east to west.
그래서 그 기찻길이 서부에서 동까지 연결하는 그러한 역할을 에이시안들이 감당했습니다.
We've known struggle together.
그래서 그러한 그 고통 속에 있음을 우리는 잘 알고 있습니다.
Let's use this moment to march together.
그렇기 때문에 우리가 함께 나서야 합니다.
Pray together.
같이
Stand together.
같이 내보내야 되고요.
Win together.
같이 울어야 되고요.
Receive healing.
같이 치료를 함께 해야
Not
돼요.
hurt. Healing, not hurt.
우리가 치료를 같이 해야 될 줄 믿습니다.
Love, not hate.
사랑하기를 원합니다. 서로 미워하기보다는.
We need healing.
그걸 통해서 아픔을 치료할 수가 있습니다.
The Bible says that my people
성경 말씀에서 너희들은 나의 백성이라고 성경이 말씀하십니다.
who call by my name
그래서 성경 말씀은 각각 하나님께서 이름을 부르시면서 내 자녀라고 부르십니다.
humble themselves
그래서 우리가 함께를 통해서
and pray
함께 기도하고
and seek my face.
그래서 믿음 가운데 함께 서기를 원합니다.
Turn from their wicked ways.
그래서 모든 그 어려움들을 물리치게 하시고
Killing the real women is wicked.
그래서 어려움을 물리치는 우리 모두가 함께함을 통해서
Violence is unnecessary.
그래서 그 우리가 필요 않은 일들을 다 물리치게 할 줄
Turn
믿습니다.
my wicked ways. If we turn my wicked ways,
그래서 우리에게 어려움을 끼는 모든 걸 물리치게 함을 통해서
God will hear our prayer.
우리의 기도를 통해서
Heal our land.
이 땅을 치료할 수 있을 줄 믿습니다.
It's time for healing.
이때는 우리가 치료할
It's
때입니다.
time for healing.
이때는 치료할 때입니다. 이때는 치료할 때입니다.
God bless.
하나님 축복하게 하시길 바랍니다.
Today, I want you to hear from a young lady who is one of our persons that we've invested in her performing arts. She is a musician, outstanding singer, Maya Carter. You are going to love this selection. Don't go away. Listen to Maya Carter.
You're the engine that makes all things go, and you're always in disguise, my hero. I see a light in the dark, smile in my face, though we all know it's hard. There's no way to ever pay you back. Bless your heart, no, I love you for that. Honest and selfless, I don't know if this helps it, but good job, you're doing a good job, good job. You're doing a good job, don't get too down. The world needs you now. Know that you matter, 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 yeah. Good job, you're doing a good job, good job. You're doing a good job, don't get too down. The world needs you now. Know that you matter, 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 yeah. 6 in the morning. And as soon as you walk through that door, everyone needs you again. The world's out of order. There's not a sound when you're not around. always on your feet, hard to keep that energy. I know when it feels like the end of the road, you don't let go, you just press forward. You're the engine that makes all things go, always in disguise, my hero. I see a light in the dark, smile in my face, though we all know it's hard. There's no way to ever pay you back. Bless your heart, know I love you for that. Honest and selfless, I don't know if this helps it, but good job. You're doing a good job, good job. You're doing a good job, don't get too down. The world needs you now. Know that you matter, 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 yeah. Good job. Oh, good job. Don't get too down. The world needs you now. Know that you matter, 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 yeah. The mothers, the fathers, the teachers that reach us, strangers to friends that show up in the end. From the bottom to the top, the listeners that hear us, this is for you. You make me feel good job. Don't get too down. The world needs you now. Know that you matter, 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 yeah. Good job. Oh, good job. Don't get too down. The world needs you now. Know that you matter, 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 yeah.
Attention high school seniors and college freshmen, sophomores, and juniors. If you are in need of financial assistance, Push for Excellence offers a variety of scholarships for which you may be eligible to apply. Whether it's the Jesse Jackson Fellows Toyota Scholarship, the Cirillo McSween New York Life Scholarship, or the Oralee Sanders Scholarship, Push for Excellence strives to offer something for everyone. Here are just a few of our scholarship recipients.
Hello everyone viewing, my name is Chidi Osakwe.
Dominique Davis.
Julian Jones.
China Mazum.
Miles Cherubin.
Jalen Clark.
Marcus Anderson.
Jaden Reed.
Kari Young.
It's Megan Chu and I'm a Cirillo McSween Scholar.
I want to take this opportunity to thank Reverend Jesse Jackson for all his support of my college education.
Thank you for all of Toyota for helping with Reverend Jackson with the scholarship as well.
I just want to take the opportunity to say thank you to Reverend Jesse Jackson for helping to make the scholarship opportunity possible for me.
As appreciative as I was before, I'm even more grateful now having received this scholarship.
Not only has it helped me out financially with paying for tuition, but it has also awarded me the opportunity to learn more about the Rainbow Push Coalition and their different initiatives in the African American community.
I'd like to say thank you to Reverend Jesse Jackson and the Rainbow Push Coalition for all the generosity and support that they've shown me throughout my undergraduate career and for the opportunity to pursue higher education.
For more information, please visit our website at www.pushexcel.org and click on the word scholarships. Thank you and keep hope alive.
Push Excel's goal is to inspire students to strive for excellence in education in spite of personal, family, and community challenges that they might experience. How do we do this? By advocating for educational policies that guarantee equal funding for all students without regard to race or economic standing. By engaging parents, students, and teachers in pursuing high-quality education and striving for educational excellence at every level. And by forging partnerships with community-based and public sector stakeholders in education. Now, Push Excel is a national model program with the purpose of connecting principals, parents, popular personalities, and students in a bond and to support students at every level on the educational ladder. Now, we want you to become a member of the Rainbow Push Coalition and Push Excel. Your annual membership can help us to change policies that impact students, colleges, and universities all around the country. So step up and sign up today. Membership is only $35, and if you're a student or a senior, $15. Just go to our website, rainbowpush.org, and push join to become a member or push donate to support the Push Excel program. You can also text the word Push Excel, that's PUSHEXCEL, to 41444 on your cell phone, and you can give us any amount that you feel comfortable giving or call us at 773-256-2775. Wherever you are, you can support us as we keep pushing for you. And remember to keep hope alive.
Now, you've heard Reverend Jackson talk about the Diaper Project. I know you're still not clear on what does that really mean. Well, we want to bring to you now a dialogue that's hosted by a U.S. Senator from the state of Illinois, Senator Tammy Duckworth. She has convened people who have a real insight on the plight that mothers have trying to get sufficient diapers for their children. Those mothers who are on food stamps cannot, right now, today, you cannot use food stamps to buy diapers. Can't use food stamps to buy liquor or cigarettes, but why not diapers? Why would they deny mothers that? Well, thank God for Senator Tammy Duckworth and her team. They've introduced legislation in the House and the Senate regarding making sure that diapers can be covered under our current food stamp allocations. But we're going to talk about a diaper depot. What does that mean? Where are they? How we can make sure that we have a diaper drive to try to meet the needs while the legislation is going forward. So this is some great information. Call every woman that you know, every mother, parent, father, parent that you know, and tell them to tune in and learn about the Rainbow Push Diaper Project.
I just want to say thank you, everyone. I really appreciate all of you being here and participating in this event. You know, I'm just so proud that we get to do this together, and it could not be more important in the middle of a global public health crisis with so many families struggling to put food on the table and to keep a roof over their heads. The last thing a parent needs to worry about is being able to afford diapers that should be they're essential to the health and well-being of their children, and we should recognize it as such. And I'm so proud that the provisions from my End Diaper Need Act that were included in the American Rescue Plan that will help our local diaper banks have the funding that they need to provide emergency supplies to those who need it most. And thank you to Reverend Jackson and Rainbow Push, the National Diaper Bank Network, and our Illinois Diaper Banks for all of your support for this legislation. And thank you especially for your efforts and work throughout the COVID-19 pandemic. It's now my pleasure to be able to introduce Reverend Jesse Jackson, a man who actually needs no introduction, but we know that he needs no introduction because of all the work that he has done. And for him to lend his name and his time to this issue just shows you how important this issue is. It is of national importance, but also how insightful he is. And when he reached out to me and said, let me tell you what Rainbow Push is doing on diaper need, I was blown away. And he just wanted to talk to me. I said, well, you know, Dr. Jackson, would you do a roundtable with us? Because you would really elevate the profile of the work that we're trying to do. And I'm just so grateful, Reverend Jackson, for you giving of your time to shed this light on this very important issue. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to you for your comments. And then we will start the roundtable after that. Thank you.
Let me send my thanks to you, Senator Duckworth, and to the committee members today in the panel. We spend a lot of time with children. The project right now at Concordia, 1,000 children, people on food stamps or various other forms of needs, that program. And the babies are exposed to all kinds of hazardous waste and the like. Poor people basically get food stamps, but diapers are disallowed in the formula. Can't get alcohol, of course, and drugs, not allowed, but baby diapers. Now, mothers go to daycare, so you need 6 diapers, new diapers a day, $120 a month. People don't fix income, they can't afford it. So babies are around till they're naked. So they're wet all day long, and it says stretch out the diapers that they do have. just so inhumane that you lump in diapers with disallowed alcohol and drugs, and cigarettes, harmful products. So what we've done is try to educate you guys to your legislation. Most of you do not even know that you probably have legislation on this. So we've been trying to educate the public and bring attention. And everybody, we need people to say, I was talking about some people that do it in a meaningful way. Well, you pick up just diapers. That's something you can do. We got the UAW workers out at the Ford plant in Chicago. They gave us about 70,000 diapers. We gave them away in one day, really. And so we're trying to get some more diapers from the food bank, from the diaper bank today. We're back out tomorrow to Concordia, where you have 1,000 children don't have Wi-Fi, don't have internet. They're out of it. So it's about poverty. And of course, there's nothing more demeaning than not having diapers. But people who came and got the diapers, some they were so happy. That first diaper for the children every day was like a big deal. So I want to be a part of this program. Our organization, we're heavily invested in this. Wiping out poverty, wiping out the poor. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Reverend Jackson. You're absolutely right. And to think that a lot of daycares will not let you leave your baby at a daycare if you don't provide the diapers as well. So a lot of working families can't go to work because they don't have the diapers, and so that they can't put their child in daycare. And so then it begins to sound
six new diapers a day.
well. if you're like one of my daughters, it's a lot more than that. But yes, minimum 6 new diapers a day, exactly. And their babies are sitting in dirty diapers because the parents delay changing the diapers because they don't have enough, and that's a health problem. Thank you so much for also the update and to what PUSH is doing. That's remarkable. I'm going to turn this over to Joanne Goldblum, from the CEO of the National Diaper Bank Network, to start us off, kick us off with our roundtable. Talk a little bit about what you're doing and the needs and where, some of the ways forward and issues that you wish would be addressed. Thank you, Joanne.
Thank you. Thank you so much. It's such an honor to be here. Senator Duckworth, I'd like to begin by thanking you for your service to the United States, your leadership in the Senate, and your ongoing commitment to ensuring children and families have the material basic needs to thrive. And Reverend Jackson, thank you for your comments and the work of Rainbow Push. All of us at the National Diaper Bank Network appreciate your support in helping to end diaper need in the U.S. And we so look forward to our continued work together and to continuing to follow your lead to end so many injustices in the United States. For 10 years, the National Diaper Bank Network has focused on raising awareness of diaper need and the physical, mental, and economic impact it has on children and families. Along with our founding sponsor, Huggies, we've distributed more than 270 million donated diapers through our network. And that network is comprised of 249 independent diaper banks that reliably serve their communities. And you'll hear from several of those in a minute. We conduct and support research. We advocate for change. One thing that unites all of our efforts, though, is that all babies need diapers. Even before the COVID-19 pandemic, we know that 1 in 3 families could not afford diapers to keep their children clean, dry, and healthy. And the pandemic has made an untenable situation work. The COVID-19 crisis revealed what families living in poverty are forced to deal with every day. As millions of our friends and neighbors lost jobs and income because of the pandemic, many sought help from community-based diaper banks, like those here in Illinois. And since the onset of the pandemic, National Diaper Bank Diaper Bank members have reported on average an 86% increase in the number of diapers they've distributed as compared to pre-pandemic figures. And today, diaper need is recognized as a public health issue that cannot be solved solely by nonprofit diaper banks and the charity of donations of individuals. So addressing public health issues requires government support. The legislation is so needed and so long overdue. We have always believed that ending diaper need is a nonpartisan issue. that all Americans can rally behind. And the End Diaper Need Act of 2021 will bring about major change in how we address this as a country and how we solve this public health crisis. We can and we will end diaper need. Thank you so much for including me.
My name is Anne Marie Mathis, and I'm the founder and executive director of Keeping Families Covered, and we're located in Waukegan, Illinois. We serve the northern part of the state as well as southern Wisconsin. So we have an on-site diaper bank that we use for our community partners, and we also have a mobile diaper pantry program. So just to kind of reiterate what Joanne said, prior to COVID, we were distributing about 70,000 diapers per month to about 800 families and 1,100 children. Since the arrival of the pandemic, obviously, we've seen a dramatic increase. We're now over 100,000 diapers per month to 1,200 families and 1,800 children. So in 2020, we actually gave away 1.1 million diapers. We served 18,623 kids and 13,307 parents. We have had to shift our mobile diaper pantry distribution to a drive-through model, which has worked very well, and we've added an additional site. So now we distribute at 4 locations out in the community. Just because we saw that increase in need, we needed to add additional distribution locations. And we're also planning to include adult diapers later in the year to address that need, which has become magnified as a result of COVID.
Hi, how are you? I'm Alex Chappell. I'm the executive director of Sheriff's Fair, and we are celebrating our 10th year this year. Really similar echo to what Anne Marie has said here. Last year, we distributed 1.2 million diapers, which was more than the last 8 years combined. So just that much growth in 1 year. We did 1.1 million diapers between 2011 and 2019. And the need was just so huge this year. We served 40,000 children. We have an agency partner distribution model, which I think is really similar to a lot of people on this call. Anne Marie also does the mobile. And we have 55 partner agencies, but we have 42 additional partners on our wait list with an additional 30,000 children waiting to be served. So your sponsorship of this bill is so important to us, so thank you for that. It will really allow us to reach more of the need. There's still so much out there that's not being met, despite the fact that, you know, there are many of us here in Illinois doing this work. There are, I think, 3 agencies in Chicago alone doing the work, and still, you know, the need is really great. We don't have a lot of overlap, and it's just really been increased this year. So we are doing the best that we can, but we hope with your support that we will be able to do a better job. So thank you for you know, heightening the awareness around this issue. I think that's something we really struggle with is, you know, not many people recognizing the need and that there's not government assistance around for diapers. And so we really hope that, you know, this helps bring it more to the forefront of the issue to the forefront here.
Thank you. You're so right. I think most people would think that, oh, it's covered by the WIC card or it's covered by, you know, SNAP, but it's not. Yeah, it's distressing.
And I will say, I'm sitting here with my 6-week-old, and I will say it's definitely more than 6 diapers a day.
Leanne Porter from Loving Bottoms.
Hi, yes, thank you so much for hosting this and letting us be a part of this conversation. I'm founder and executive director of Loving Bottoms Diaper Bank, which is in Galesburg, Illinois. So we are definitely the furthest south of any of the organizations represented on this call. And our demographic is a little bit different in that we are serving rural parts of Illinois. So where we do not have the dense population that they have, say, in the Chicago area, we have a big geographic area with lots of little small towns where people have these barriers of getting to where resources are. And so for me, seeing this legislation and more awareness being raised means that we can help more of these families throughout the state of Illinois that aren't. Because when you look at the map of where diaper banks are in Illinois, and I'm sure that this translates to other states throughout the network, and Joanne would be able to say for sure, But there's lots of areas that just aren't covered by diaper banks, and we need to help those families too. And whether that is, some way that those families can still get these services, or for us diaper banks to be able to expand the areas that we can serve to serve more families is just so important, that these rural and underserved areas are able to be represented, and we're able to be there for them, because their children are just as important. And so that to me is a really big thing. But I was a mom that experienced diaper need in 2004. So it's a little bit surreal to me that I'm like here doing this right now. And this room was the original diaper bank room when we started in my home. So it's crazy to think where things can go. We distributed our 1 millionth diaper last week. So we just are continuing to grow. Prior to COVID, we were doing about 375 babies each month, and we have seen that grow to closer to 800 and sometimes more babies per month. And just like my other colleagues here, we've got partner agencies that would like to come on with us, and it's a matter of having that capacity to be able to serve more families. So we are just so thankful that this is part of a national conversation now.
Thank you so much. I would like our first question to be on the distribution aspect and how do we reach people, especially when you have people, who are quarantining or in isolation and social distancing. How do you get diapers to people? But I'm going to go our last speaker, certainly not the least, from Operation Cradles to Crayon. They do incredible work in Chicago. Jared Newton. And am I pronouncing your name right? I apologize if I'm not.
Yeah, you got it perfect. So thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's an honor to be here. Like you said, my name is Jared Newton. I'm the Senior Director of Operations here at Cradles to Crayons in Chicago. And we do work obviously here in Chicago, other parts of Cook County, Lake County, and DuPage. And during the pandemic, we have similar stories. We have increased our diaper distributions, and we'll have reached about 2 million diapers by the end of end of this month. And on top of that, focusing also as well on diaper wipes and other hygiene items to all of the same families who need our support. And my I guess fun fact on this call was going to be about this distribution. One of the big changes that we made throughout this year was our delivery method. And so we have been, for all the 2 million diapers, have delivered most of them to our 50 or so distribution partners. So we've been partnering with a couple moving companies to distribute those diapers directly to the organizations that need them. So that's been a really positive thing that we've seen in this time to be able to get diapers out there quicker.
How does you become a diaper bank? You know, the only person filling on this line is me. And it's not that someone locking the door. We're not locking on the door. We know that you exist. We want to have a diaper bank deal here at Rainbow Push if we can get it.
And I think that's exactly what I wanted to chat about, is how do we get the diapers from our diaper banks to the organizations that are on the ground, especially at a time when maybe people can't come. They know that, well, normally I could go to the diaper bank like every third Tuesday of the month and I can go in and get this, but people just can't, if they're quarantining or isolated. How do we get the diapers to the organizations, to community health centers, or does that model work? And how do you partner with organizations like Rainbow Push so that we can get diapers out to those who don't have, they don't have transportation resources, they may not have the time, they may be working 2 or 3 jobs, all of those issues?
So I can answer sort of from a national perspective, and then if anybody wants to talk specifically about Illinois, most, not all, but most work with community partners to get diapers out to families so that families don't have another stop that they need to make. Many diaper banks partner with federally qualified health centers. That's one of the biggest partnerships across the country, as well as home visiting programs. As we know, the money that's coming through that you championed is through McV, which is the home visiting arm. And so many diaper banks work in that capacity as well. And as you heard, some have been doing drive-through for COVID. The fact is that more people need diapers than we have money to buy. And that is really the issue in terms of getting more out to more people. Most diaper banks, and I'm sure all of the diaper banks on this call, are giving out all of the diapers they can to their existing partners. So I think that that is really the biggest issue in terms of reaching more people is support.
What we can Rainbow do to be a meaningful partner in the process. We're excited about the process. One, we distribute that we've gotten. We're getting more. Since tomorrow we start to house approximately about 1,000 children. Some of them are in the zone. We really want to be part of the diaper bank, set up a diaper bank here, so we can spread the word.
One of the things that we did this year that we've not done before is we wanted to meet people where they would be, exactly to that point. So we partnered with Chicago Public Schools and the Greater Chicago Food Depository, knowing that they were distributing meals to children, and obviously the food banks were distributing food. So we were delivering diapers to them, so that as people picked up meals for children or went to the food pantries. So we tried to go to more places where people were still going. Everything we've done has moved to contactless pickup from our agencies. They come to us otherwise. And they do a lot of, drop-offs to people's homes as home visiting programs and things like that. But the one big pivot we did make was trying to connect with the food and the meal pickups with Chicago Public Schools, so that most people, they're in that neighborhood and they're walking there and they're getting those meals anyway.
And then what about some non-traditional partners? I mean, Rainbow Push does a lot of community work, and this is the first time that I learned that Rainbow Push was doing diapers. And how do they, each of you, and how do they come together to take advantage of the resources that Rainbow Push has, for example, to get diapers, especially into Black and Brown communities that are really suffering from this crisis?
I have a lot of reaching out to agencies in the areas that we're looking at. I mean, we collect information back from our families that are served. And so we can kind of identify where the diapers are going, zip codes, things like that. And then being, from the area, you kind of know areas that this is a part of the town or the county where we know that there's more need. Are we serving well there? And if we're not, what are the agencies that are there? And so during COVID, we tried to really reach out, and we're working to continue those relationships and build those so that we can serve more in communities that we identify as one, being in need, but also being areas that we're not reaching. And I know of one zip code in Peoria particularly that we're trying to figure out how to serve better into that particular area.
Does that make it Hyde Park, for example?
Alex and I both would have some partners either in Hyde Park or near Hyde Park. I don't know if any other work does, but yeah, as the Chicago organizations, we would probably both have partners nearby.
Okay.
I think that's a big part of what we're talking about today, is finding those unexpected partners. I think what I see are two issues. It's kind of like the food insecurity issue, is that I think there's a lot more diaper need and a lot more food insecurity than we know, and that we know where those usual areas are, and we already don't have enough money to buy the diapers for those areas, like those particular zip codes where the need is so great. And yet there's additional need in other places that we don't even know people are food insecure or diaper insecure, and that there's this need. And so, the question I was trying to get people thinking about is, how do we reach out to organizations that, in one of two things? One, we don't know that they're out there trying to help, whether it's a neighborhood moms group on Nextdoor app saying, hey, I'm going to do a diaper drive, right? Or two, a group like Rainbow Push, which we maybe folks are thinking of are much more active in other areas and did not realize that they have done so much in diaper need and would love to partner with us, and may have branches and arms into communities that we've been trying to get into as well.
We'll open the park. They're partnering someone immediately. We need to know who's going to reach a partner.
What we could do nationally is Philip could reach out to all of the diaper banks that are on the call and all of the Illinois diaper banks, and then put together a call with Reverend Jackson, whoever on your staff would be leading that, and then we can sort of go from there, because it sounds like there are a lot of possibilities, but it might be worth having sort of a more robust conversation with all of the people on the phone who can make those things happen, if that would work.
Thank you so much, Joanne. That was wonderful. So I just wanted to, we have just a short amount of time. I apologize for that, but wanted to just give everybody a quick update on where things are legislatively. We did get some provisions of my End Diaper Need Act into the American Rescue Plan. As was already mentioned, there's $150 million in the American Rescue Plan that was appropriated for the maternal, infant, and early childhood home visiting program. It now is allowed to, it must now coordinate, not just allowed to, but it requires them to now coordinate to the extent practicable with local diaper banks in providing emergency supplies, including diapers, diapering supplies to low-income families, young mothers, and other at-risk communities. It also allows for funds to be spent on reimbursement for supplies to diaper banks, which are basically, put this on the map for states and local governments that they need to work with the diaper banks and then provide resources.
I apologize, Senator Duckworth. We had a call this morning with McVie, with the folks at McVie who will be implementing it, and we have a lot of conversations to have to figure out how it will work. But we are really so thankful and so committed to getting this money out to the network, to all of the diaper banks on this call and others as well. So that is actively being worked on right now.
Oh, that's really good news. And then just for everybody on the call to know, I am reintroducing the End Diaper Need Act for 2021. It is bipartisan. So Senator Kramer from North Dakota is co-sponsoring it with me. It has been reintroduced. What it will do, three main things. It will appropriate $200 million per year from 2022 to 2025 for social services block grant program to be used for diapers and diapering supplies. It will allow for 200 medically necessary diapers per month for medically complex children through the Medicaid Home and Community-Based Service Waiver Program, and it will be making medically necessary diapers and diapering supplies qualified as a medical expense under HSAs and HRAs, so people can get reimbursed for them, which I think will help those folks who have medically complex needs with diapering and diapering supplies. And that's not tied to a child. That is also for adult diapers as well. Hopefully we'll get this bill moved across the finish line. Any help you can give me in talking to your local legislators, here in Illinois, your congressmen, congresswomen, and then of course, Joanne at the national level, and of course, Reverend Jackson, if you can continue to bring the spotlight that you can bring to any issue just by nature of you and Rainbow Push participating will really help us get this across the finish line.
We cannot thank you enough. Your sensitivity on this matter to big help. Barbara Lee up close to the House side. They have banks all over San Francisco and Oakland. We don't have a bank. We know such exists. But now we do know it exists. I want somebody to call me dead. Rainbow Push at Freedom 773-373-3366. 773. We'd like to start a bank here if we can know how to do it. Okay.
Thank you.
Wonderful. All right. Thank you, Reverend Jackson. And I'm just going to end by saying thank you to everybody for being on this call. And I hope everyone has a wonderful weekend. And we will follow up with a lot of the topics we've discussed today. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you so much.
For 2021, we're excited to get more people engaged and involved in Rainbow Push, supporting the programs of Push for Excellence and the Citizenship Education Fund. Now, if you're interested in public policy and you want to help change the policies that impact those who are incarcerated, you can do so. If you're interested in impacting public policies that benefit education and businesses with social economic solutions, you can do that as well. You can become a policymaker by becoming a member of Rainbow Push right now. Now, if you believe in the scholarships that we've given to thousands of students each year, you can help us out. We've awarded more than $10 million in scholarships year to date. Now, you can help young people achieve a higher education by becoming a member of Rainbow Push right now. For the annual fee of only $35. And if you're a student or a senior, it's only $15. You can help us make a difference in the lives of millions. Now, if you watch us every week, or if you listen to us on the radio, or if you're viewing on social media, we need you to become a member. And how do you become a member? It's simple. Visit us at rainbowpush.org and press join. Maybe you'd like to support the work of PUSH. If so, it's really simple. You can do so by texting the word PUSH, that's P-U-S-H, to 41444 on your cell phone, and you can give any amount that you feel comfortable giving, or you can call us at 773-256-2775 or go to rainbowpush.org and push donate. So whenever you want to support, you can do it from anywhere. So keep pushing, because we're going to keep pushing for you and keep hope alive.
Dr. Kim, I went to jail with a group of 7 students, July 17, 1960, almost 60 years ago. We never stopped moving. I lost a few of jail cells and death. We never stopped moving. I thought it was time to write some of it down so the older generation can learn how we did, and what we did, and how global it was. Whether speaking about Mandela in South Africa, India, Qatar, Gandhi in India, here at home. This book tells the story, so please get it and give it to your friends. Read it, let's argue about it, let's discuss it.
Yep, so the book is Keeping Hope Alive, Sermons and Speeches of Reverend Jesse Jackson Sr. It's quite a good collection. You know, we've got sermons and speeches from around the globe because you have made such a global impact, not just here in the U.S., but around the world.
Thank you for tuning in to our International Saturday morning broadcast. We need your support. Here are ways to give to Rainbow Push Coalition. Text PUSH, P-U-S-H, to 41444 to support the work of Reverend Jesse Jackson Sr. and Rainbow Push Coalition. When you shop, Amazon gives. Visit Amazon Smile and select PUSH for Excellence as your charitable organization by starting your shopping at smile.amazon.com.
Get involved with the movement.
Somebody. I may be poor, but I am somebody.
Join the movement.
If you're not a member, become a member.
I am somebody.
Fighting the most important battles for freedom and justice for all.
You made us change. Oh, trying to bring closer.
Join Rainbow Push.